Are you thinking about veneers to enhance your smile? Today, cosmetic dentist Dr. Michael Allen joins us to review smile enhancement procedures and rate whether they are beautiful or not. Stick to the end because he is going to uncover the hype around one of the most popular veneer trends on social media right now. The truth might influence the choices you make about enhancing your smile. Dr. Allen, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be on here today. This is tons of fun.
Beautiful or not, going into a veneer treatment thinking you can reverse it if you change your
Oh,
mind.
terrible idea. Terrible idea. Even with no preparation veneers, which we do quite a bit of, I never market them as reversible for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't think that's a good mindset to go into when you're having any work done on yourself. Because if you go in saying, oh, if I don't like it, I can reverse it, then you're kind of have one foot in and one foot out. And a procedure that is, I don't want to say is invasive, but is kind of permanent as veneers could and should be. Having that one foot out of the door is just not a good way to approach it. And so I am not a fan of that. Now, could they be reversible? Absolutely. I've never personally done it, but I've got friends who have had to remove no prep veneers and they look fine and the patients are doing great and it's all okay. That being said, I don't ever want to have to do it. And if a patient comes in with that mindset, I tell them, let's take a step back. Maybe you're not ready for this yet. This is a lot of money and it's a big commitment. So let's make sure you're full into it before we get started.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know why it almost feels calming to hear, oh, you could remove them,
It
but
does. It does. People like that. People want that because, I mean, it's the same as like temporary tattoos. Like I won't get a tattoo because I'm nervous of the permanentness, but my wife likes guys with sleeves. And so I got a big sleeve temporary tattoo on and she laughed for a while, but I thought it was kind of cool, but I'm not ready to make that commitment yet because I'm not sure that I will love that forever. And that's why a mock-up honestly is a huge deal to get a mock-up before you, that way you can kind of test drive it and maybe you'll get the mock-up and you're like, I actually hate this. That's fine. I've definitely had that happen in the past.
I love that idea of the mock-up. So would that just be while they're in the office or would they wear it out for a day and then?
So I've done it both ways. I'll let them wear it out for a day or two. It's a little clumsy. It definitely is not an exact representation of what we can do, but it's to give you an idea. And most of the time, thankfully, patients love it because we're really good at making it a stressful thing, and it looks very nice on their teeth. Other than it's kind of clumsy to chew with. That's about all.
Beauty seekers, do not go anywhere. What Dr. Allen is going to reveal about the veneer trend taking over your feed right now is something you need to hear before you ever book a veneer consultation.
The suspension is thick here. I love this.
Cosmetic veneers done in a single office visit are one type of veneer. What do you think? Beautiful or not?
Done in the right hands, they are absolutely beautiful. I have a few friends who are so talented with composite veneers, and they do such a good job. And it's typically a long appointment. It can be upwards of, I think the fastest I've heard them done is 4 or 5 hours, but upwards of 8 to 16 hours. I mean, it can be a long visit. And a lot of times they'll have you back the next day to refine them. But in the right hands, they're great. In my hands, they're terrible. They're ugly. They look like thumbs if I do them. So you shouldn't want me doing them. And I won't do them, honestly. I don't do them at all. But in the right hands, and I know a couple of people who are just so talented at this, they look, I'm not going to say as good as the porcelain veneers, but the average person probably wouldn't be able to tell.
Really?
Yeah, they can be very good.
Are there risks with that type of?
I would say risks, because a lot of times they're doing these without really shaving the teeth down. The downsides are longevity is not there. I mean, you might get 5 to 10 years out of them. Also, the polishability, that while they can polish beautifully, they will wear significantly more than a porcelain veneer. Cost wise, they're a little bit less expensive in most people's hands, which is great. Although my friends who are doing it at a very high level, they rival the prices that I charge for porcelain. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's like a lot of risks health wise. They can chip, but so can a porcelain veneer. They can break, so can a porcelain veneer. So it's not a bad procedure at all if done in the right hands. Yeah, so it's Smile Trend Institute of Modern Cosmetic Dentistry,
Oh,
where we train dentists from really all over the world how to do really high level porcelain veneers in all different forms. We have quite a few classes, but the funnest part for me about that is connecting with other dentists. And kind of how it started is I held a class at my friend and partner Dr. James Heaton's office, and after that class, I had 10 doctors there. He's like, Dr. Allen, you realize that you helped 10 dentists out. And if each of them goes out and does higher level of cosmetic dentistry on 10 patients, that's 100 people's lives that you affected. And now we've seen well over 1,000 people through our institute, and they're out there treating cases all the time. And I love the fact that I've had a small impact on people's lives, hopefully for the positive. And it's just so much fun to be out there and meeting dentists who have like a similar mindset. And more than anything, we've formed a community of people who are abundant to share their knowledge, who are vulnerable. We can all understand that we are not perfect, and we can all do better, and we can help each other, which is the best part. Every profession needs a group, and all people want to be part of something, and we've just given them something that they can be a part of, and a lot of people thrive that way.
yes, we're very tribal. How many dentists do you think you've trained?
That's a good question. I would put it right around probably 800 to 1,200 in the last 3 years.
Oh, dang.
That would be a rough ballpark.
Okay.
Some of them have had a ton of training with us, and some of them had just a small experience with it. But we've been in touch with at least that many dentists, probably a lot more than that, honestly. I mean, we have a huge following on Instagram now that we've built organically, and we've done a lot of webinars and other things like that, and a lot of online courses as well. So it's been fun. We did not get into it to make money or get famous or anything like that. Although I will be honest, I do like the attention that it gives me, and I can admit that, like, that's totally cool. But now it's a nice supplement to my income as a dentist, and I just really enjoy the people aspect of it, and I love it. Like, I do a lot of cases, and I love it when they turn out great. Even more though, I love it when I get a text message from another dentist that says, "This is awesome. Look what I just did. This case turned out so good. Thank you for the help." That's what does it for me. Honestly, that's why I do it.
Yes, exactly. I can relate. Just starting Beauty Seek right now, but thank you. Thank you for paying it forward.
Yeah, no, it's totally fun. It's in a very selfish way. I love doing it.
Beautiful or not, 3D printed veneers as maybe, is it a lower cost alternative to porcelain?
Yeah, it is a lower cost typically. That's in its infancy right now, honestly. I'll bet in the next 5 years they become ridiculously good. Where they stand now, um, if the clinician takes time to hand layer them or design them beyond what comes out of the mill, they can be pretty nice. Probably not as nice as composite veneers, definitely not as nice as porcelain, but it's getting there. We just taught a class this last weekend about it and how to make them really, really like stand out and how to make them look high end. It's not easy. It's really not easy. It's not simple, but it can be done by the right clinician. So I'd say keep your eye on that one. And if you want to try it for like a 5 to 10 year plan, I'm totally cool with that because the cost is down. And I've done quite a few cases myself, and so far so good. Like, the patients love them. I like them enough, and the longevity is there. But the oldest one that's out there is like 4 years old, so we don't know how long these are going to last.
Okay. What is the material that is being
So
printed?
it's a composite. It's a filled composite resin with a glass or zirconia in it to make it a little bit stronger. But I would say it's very, very similar to like a composite. The advantage is that you can print the shell out very cleanly, and the fit can be really, really nice. And it's more like it actually has properties of both a porcelain veneer and a composite veneer. So it kind of gets the benefits of both of them in some ways. It's not as beautiful as we want it to be yet. And it'll get there. It'll definitely get there.
Are they printed individually?
Yeah, they're all printed individually. Well, they print them. You can print 10 at a time, but they're printed individually. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there's like 3 capsules that can fit 3 on it, but they're individual and they're printed.
Okay.
You can get mock-ups printed where they're all connected. That's kind of a newer technology that's looking really, really good. But you wouldn't want to have that in your mouth permanently because you need to floss.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I think I've seen is they come out like this and they're all
Yeah.
kind of connected.
Yeah, they come out all connected and you put them in their mouth. Yeah, those are cool. Those are great for mock-ups and for trial smiles, things like that. But as far as having them long-term, no, I don't think that's a very good idea at all.
You are deep in the nuances of smile technology, in my opinion. In fact, you co-created your own veneer system called Lux Veneers.
Yeah, Lux Veneers is interesting. So, and I'll just be honest with you. What me and my partner, Dr. Heaton, we had started doing a lot of no preparation veneers, and we're like, how can we set ourselves apart? And so we talked to a couple labs, and we ended up purchasing a portion in a dental lab, and we talked to them about how can we set ourselves apart in the dental space. And well, we thought, well, we can brand ourselves. And so essentially Lux Veneers is just a brand that we created. I don't want to say there's nothing special about them because we hold them to very, very high standard, but we're the only ones doing them. And they come out of our dental lab and they're very strong. They're very beautiful. They're hand layered. And it's more of a branding aspect than anything else. I wouldn't say that, and then a lot of dentists have kind of copied that and they've had their own brand. There's Halo Veneers out there. There's Harmony Veneers. There's a dozen of them out there. We kind of got into the game earlier and we're lucky enough to have a couple of really big influencers kind of pushing it. And so I would say our brand is maybe a little bit more recognizable, but in essence, it's a veneer that essentially we don't have to drill your teeth down to little nubs to do.
Perfect.
So that's really about it. It's more of a name than anything else.
Okay. But you own a big chunk of the supply chain there.
Well, we hope to. we like name recognition, and that helps us out for sure.
That's
and
great.
People love to search for brands. I mean, the purse that you get from Louis Vuitton is probably not all that different than the purse that you get from Target, but everybody wants the Louis Vuitton brand, right? They both hold your car keys and your cell phone. So veneers are similar.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful or not, applying the same veneer style to a male patient as you would a female?
That's a tricky question. I would say yes and no, because there's definitely men who have softer features and women who have more strong features. And so it can be appropriate in either situation. So where the typical male has maybe squarer, more hard, flatter teeth, maybe slightly wider. But there's definitely females out there that have teeth that are shaped like that. So it really just comes down to evaluating what fits in the patient's face. The last thing that you want is for the patient to smile and be known as like Julie with the teeth, right? Like whether that's because they're too white, too square, too bulky, whatever it is, like it just has to flow and enhance their natural beauty. And so there can't be any aesthetic stress that your smile causes. And unfortunately, like when they're too white, well, that's an aesthetic stress. It's Julie with the teeth, right? Julie with the white teeth. Or they look like dentures or something funny like that. And that makes you notice that one part of their body. And so, and just like if you were to get a breast augmentation that was really, really big, and then that's all people see when they're looking at you, or lips that are too big, that's all people will see. So you want everything to just flow very naturally. My goal with patients is to have their friends or family or whoever they come in contact with say, are those real? Are they fake? Are they real? Are they fake? Like I want them to be that good that they look like they're too good to be real, but look that real that they're too real to be fake. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm shooting for. And so male or female, it just has to fit the face. Where I have very sharp, pointy canines, they're kind of aggressive. I like the look. And so I went with that and it fits my face fine. Whereas that wouldn't fit on a very narrow, skinny female unless they wanted it to stand out.
True. Okay. Great feedback.
So, yeah.
Dr. Allen, thank you. Thank you for taking your time to talk with the Beauty Seek community. You've helped our beauty seekers understand that veneers they're not just a cosmetic choice and they're a commitment for life, ideally.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And the dentist and their techniques, they matter more than most people probably realize going in.
Well, thank you. I hope you have a great day. I realized that I did not smile in any one of my wedding photos.
Mhm.
And so I said, what will this do for you? So that's another question I always ask is what will getting veneers do for you? She's like, it'll allow me to be my real self. And so